McIntosh started in 1949 in Silver Springs, Maryland. Actually moved to the Binghamton area in 1951. The company has always been focused around building very high-end audio equipment. We're probably the best kept secret in the town. Handcrafted for McIntosh has always been a big appeal. The handcraftsman part of it, especially with the people that are here, they've got an average tenure of roughly 16 years. Some of the people have been here as much as 40 years. Glass panels have to first be cut. It uses 3 types of materials to cut. One is air, one is water, and the other is garnet. Garnet's a natural mineral taken out of the earth. Some people recognize it as a jewel. We actually pulverize it into a very fine sand, and it looks like little tiny saw blades when you look at it under a microscope. And that's actually the cutting agent that will pierce the glass with the high pressure of the water and the air together. We've done a lot of sound reinforcement for startup rock concerts, Woodstock probably being the most famous, and also the Grateful Dead The Wall sound. The Grateful Dead Wall sound was probably one of the most nostalgic, in-your-face McIntosh type setups that you could get. We tend to over-design the product to give it a long-lasting approach so it'll last for many years. Even in the service department, we're servicing products that are probably coming in for the first time that are 35 years old. The reason for the room and why we made the investment for the anechoic chamber and also the reverb room is so that we can design loudspeakers and make sure we have the best characteristics for the loudspeaker, so when it gets to the customer's home, it's going to reproduce the sound as natural as possible. When the company first started, we were pioneers of the industry. So to protect a lot of the know-how and the ingenuity of the company, many patents were issued to McIntosh, primarily around the unity coupled amplifier, which is a design for the amplifier that we still use today. It was primarily used in the vacuum tube side of things. But more importantly, the autoformer output transformer is one that we continuously use today. We're the only company in the industry that uses the output transformer on the back of a solid state device. Another very important patent that we have is PowerGuard. And PowerGuard is actually built into every one of the McIntosh amplifiers, and it's a very critical piece of technology. What PowerGuard is it sits inside the amplifier, looks at the input and the output of the amplifier, ensures that you're always going to get clean sound because we can limit the input dynamically. You can't hear it being activated, so you can run it up against its rails if you like listening to loud music, but yet you're not going to get the clipping. In the case of the output transformer, we use 2 types of core material, EI and C-core. After the transformer is wound and cored, then it moves to the potting station, which we use tar to hold the transformer A into the can. B, the tar seals around the laminations, so we don't get any mechanical noise when you're listening to low frequencies from the EIs going buzz, buzz, buzz. When you look at McIntosh's aesthetics and also its user interface, we pride ourselves into making sure that you can run the entire unit from the front panel without the need of a remote control. So when they do get the new piece of product, it's not like starting over and trying to relearn something. The biggest problem was developing the McIntosh Blue. Originally, it was all done using specific filter colors layered up to get the McIntosh Blue with incandescent light bulbs. The problem we found is because our amplifiers have such a long history of reliability and running long, that our number one failure mode after 10, 15 years of operations is the light bulbs would go out. So what we did here recently, within the last 5 or 6 years, all the lighting is switched over to LED. In the emerging technologies, there's multiple ways of getting content, whether it be music, movies, that type of stuff. Also storage of the information and then being able to access it easily throughout the home. Those are areas that we're focusing on currently, and ultimately you'll be seeing products from McIntosh in the very near future that will stream content, have USB audio hookups, play iTunes, and McIntosh's way of doing it. Since McIntosh has been producing audio equipment, we've won a lot of awards throughout the world. We're typically known as Best of the Best category. We win that award every year in the U.S. And of course, being an American brand and going to other markets, it has a niche factor made in America that is very appealing to many customers that are very brand conscientious. Obviously, power is power. It's no different than buying a car with a very large engine, but you can have a lot of power and have harsh power with a lot of distortion, so we're very careful to keep the distortion as low as possible to keep the music listening experience as natural as it was meant to be when it was recorded. When you think about McIntosh and the way it fits into people's lives, McIntosh were very conscientious to give the ultimate sound experience. If you like fine wines or any type of prestigious collectible, McIntosh wants to be the music behind all that when you're enjoying everything that's around you, family, home, friends, that McIntosh is a big part of it and giving you the best enjoyment and the best experience that you can have.